Did you know that the most valuable smartphone in the Spark 30 series isn't actually the Spark 30 or the Spark 30 Pro like you may think, but actually the Spark 30C? It's one of the few smartphones you can get below $100 that isn't a total disappointment. So in this video we are going to take a look at it to see how good it actually is or whether it's even worth buying in 2025. It begins with a massive unboxing experience. This is just $90 or about 150,000 naira, but if you compare it to that of a phone 10 times the price, you'd feel like calling the police immediately. You literally get nothing in the more expensive packaging. But in this one, you get quite the opposite. You get an MTN voucher, free data, yay! A 13-month warranty card, a SIM ejector tool, a squeegee TPU case, a pair of earphones, a USB-C cable, and finally a fast charger. And here's the phone. I'm going to be totally honest with you, if I were personally host an award ceremony for the best designed budget phones, this phone would definitely take the win. It has character, for starters, with that plain white glossy-like texture that spreads across the back. It just gives you that premium feel, which takes away that feeling that you're actually using a really cheap phone. It's made of plastic and the sides are quite glossy as well, but that isn't actually a bad thing. It's obviously why they provided the transparent case to hide any sort of fingerprint smudges and stains which are prone to occur. The case also protects the phone, because at this price you don't get any sort of protection on the back and front, so I recommend you putting it on. The phone doesn't really have any sort of strength with current more expensive smartphones like the Itel S25 Ultra, the Tecno Spark 30 Pro and Infinix 50 Pro Plus are promising. However, we're getting IP54 rating which protects against water splashes and dust, which I think is very cool, especially when you consider the price you are paying for it. The cameras are also well designed. I really like the circular vibe they went for. Squares are kinda old fashioned now, and not only is it very slim, it's placed directly in the middle which makes table wobbling practically impossible. For the price, the design is an A+. In my opinion, no phone comes closer. But how good is the display? Don't expect the best specifications, I'll deal with you. This phone comes with a 6.6-inch 720p IPS panel with 500 nits of brightness, which is not good for adult use. However, that's countered by the fact that it's a 120Hz display. Before now, the 120Hz refresh rate was available on phones which surpassed the $800 mark, with lesser expensive phones locked at 60Hz, but that clearly isn't the case anymore. And though this display may not be the brightest, sharpest experience, it's very smooth as you navigate through the user interface. Consuming content on this phone is also pretty decent. Although it's not an OLED display, the colors are accurate, vivid and true to life. There's quite the interruption with the hole punch cutout as well as the noticeable bezels, but considering the price, I don't really see anything to complain about. And if you're enjoying this video, click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You are awesome. Let's move on to the performance. At $90, how good is it in handling day-to-day tasks? Let's find out. Firstly, this phone is powered by the MediaTek Helio G81, a budget gaming chip. You should also keep your expectations to a low because of the price, and this phone isn't the powerhouse you expect to run about 30 apps at the same time without lag. The performance is quite acceptable. You can run simple tasks and shouldn't see lags creeping in like spiders all around your house. When it comes to gaming, you can play the basic titles such as Subway Surfers, Temple Run. You can even play Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG, but you should expect low graphics and consistent lags. If you want higher performance, don't be stingy like this one here and up your budget a little bit more. Software is an area which should be crappy because of its price, but Tecno's iOS is one of the most impressive, most optimized user interfaces I've ever seen. This phone runs iOS 14 slapped on Android 14 and it's amazing all the things you are getting here. Customization options are a lot to make the phone yours, and you spend hours on it, from generating AI wallpapers to getting a rap battle with ChatGPT. There's that much to do. There's no word of any update for this phone, and I don't think it will come with any software support. Why actually waste time updating a $100 phone, right? Moving on to the battery life, this is an area which the Spark 30C absolutely shines, and that's because of how much endurance you can get out of it. Powering this phone is a large 5000 mAh battery which should last about a day for heavy users and 2 days for lighter users. It's pretty good, but when it comes to the charging department, it isn't as impressive. Whilst most smartphones nowadays support 33W fast charging, this phone just comes with 18W fast charging, which isn't as great. It's understandable that for the price to get this low, a lot of corners had to be cut, but if they at least brought 25W charging, I would have appreciated it more. But that doesn't mean it's bad in any way. It takes just a little above 2 hours to get this phone from 0 to 100%, which is fine. I also think that charging at this specific speed also has its benefits. It doesn't cause as much heat and it makes the battery to last longer over time. Before I talk about the cameras, let's take a look at the extra features of this smartphone. The Tecno Spark 30C comes with a side-mounted fingerprint scanner which works pretty well. It's fast and responsive as you can see. This phone also supports an IR blaster which turns the smartphone into your very own TV remote. So far we can see how good this phone has been. As a reminder, this is just $90, so isn't there a catch? Well, let's look at the cameras to find out. This phone comes with a 50MP main camera along with an auxiliary lens for depth perception. The photos don't exactly blow you away, but it's still good enough for how much you're paying. The video on the right is capped at 1080p, which is quite decent. On the front is an 8MP selfie camera, which isn't that great, and the video on that place is capped at 720p. So at the end of the day, the camera has turned out to be the weakest point of this phone. But are we actually surprised? For $90, you're getting a decent display, decent performance, a refreshed design, as well as an amazing battery life. The charging speed or the cameras might not be too exciting, but as I said earlier, if you want better, you need to pay more. The Tecno Spark 30C is really impressive value, and I 100% recommend it to anyone who's on an extremely tight budget in 2025. Did you know that Infinix actually made a folding phone which is half the price of others? Click the card on the screen and I'll tell you all about it.